The opening bell on Wall Street about an hour and 15 minutes away. We're keeping a close eye on early trading after the Dow lost 569 points yesterday. Stock futures rebounding right now. The Dow up 193 points. The NASDAQ up just over 139. The S&P 30. So what exactly is going on in this volatile market right now? Melissa Armo putting it all in perspective, a stock expert who teaches people how to invest, be smart with their money. Melissa, there are a lot of economic concerns out there right now, both foreign and domestic, fears of a real estate crash in China and a potential interest rate hike. And then the fact that real estate here in the United States is just going up, up, up. Tell us a little bit more about what people are looking at on the markets and then on Main Street as well.
Well, right now the market is up today, as you said, but we had a huge, massive sell-off yesterday. I think the market's going to attempt to hang on today, but the bottom line is if people, depending on their time horizon, are going to be needing their money if they're in retirement age, they may want to sell out of some of their positions in the next day or two, because the fact is we can have a very steep sell-off going into the end of this week because there are many issues right now that are hanging out there. It's kind of like the perfect storm. It's not just things overseas. Right now, we're really seeing things in the United States, mainly with Congress, because they can't come to a resolution about what to do about continuing the government, funding the government, or whether or not they want to raise the debt ceiling. And all of this is in a backdrop of an economy where we're still not past the point where we've fully recovered since COVID. Many people are still out of work. We have the unemployment claim number is out again tomorrow morning. We saw higher than expected unemployment claims last week. Now with all these vaccine mandates from different private companies, people are deciding not to work and people are still on unemployment. And that creates problems across the board for people like me and you. If we want to go out and do things or buy things, we're seeing the costs go up. And that it hits directly to everybody's pocketbooks.
Well, you bring up a really good point that we just keep seeing reverberated throughout the year, is that we still don't have enough staff in some of the hospitality services industries, in restaurants, hotels, even in stores, retail stores. We're not seeing enough people return to work. So do you think that's going to play out all the way into next year?
I absolutely think it's going to play out. And part of it is that people are still afraid of COVID. Let's be honest. People are concerned about this Delta variant. That's number one. Number two is people are getting so much free money from the government. I hate to say it, but it's true. $300 a child for stimulus checks. A lot of people got 2 stimulus checks in the last year. The federal government was giving that extra bonus for unemployment, and some states were too. That ended. But people really haven't been incentivized enough to go back to work. Some companies are actually giving hiring bonuses, which is crazy. I mean, you've never seen it in some of these industries because they're desperate to get people back to work. Here in New York City, where I live, only about 15% of the yellow cabs are driving in the city. And you say,
wow.
Why? Why? That's crazy. It's hard to get a cab, not because there's so many people here in New York because the city hasn't come full back, but because there's not enough cabs.
Yeah, and people are staying off the clock. Thank you so much, Melissa Armo, on Wall Street and on Main Street. We appreciate your insights. Thank you.